Aries, for Aries ascendant, the month of October, this festive month is full of joy because Jupiter will be moving in your 4th house. And you also see that Mars throughout this month will be in Libra. The recommendation is that this is a very good time to invest in real estate, or you can buy a property. This is the time where your assets will be built. So financially this can be a good time. But from the perspective of relationship, a debilitated Venus can create some problem. The recommendation here will be that you should focus more on your positive health, focus more on building a good relationship and partnership. You will also see that you will feel a little overwhelmed because of expenses, because of certain things not going your way. But the blessings of Jupiter will guide you to the path of success, the path where you will find peace. If you see, the trajectory of Sun and Mercury will also be in the 6th and the 7th house, and Sun will become debilitated. This will be a Sun, Mars, Mercury conjunction, especially on the day of Diwali. Now, the recommendation here will be to focus on new beginnings, especially this Diwali to next Diwali. Take a sankalp that you will do something very creative and something very different. If you observe that your ascendant lord is in the 7th house, with ascendant lord going in the Saptam Sthan, this is a very good time to start new ventures, open a new shop, invest in commercial real estate. But this is 7th house Mars and Mercury we are talking. This can also create logistics related issues. This can also create documentation related problems. This can create tax related issues. So be very, very careful in your paperwork. Overall, I must say that if you take Aries as an ascendant or moon sign and October as a month, it is more of how you feel about the planetary position. Because yes, I see that Jupiter on one side is going positive, but on the other side Venus, which is your Dhana Lord, is going debilitated. It's more about healing, it's more about wellness, it's more about finding the best solution with a little bit of sacrifice. The Venus, which is your ascendant lord, first it's with Ketu and then it goes debilitated. And your ascendant lord in the 5th house makes you very practical. It makes you very logical even in relationships. So logical understanding and logical conclusions in difficult problems of life will happen. This is the time to heal yourself. This is the time when recovery will happen. It's a very good month for expecting mothers. It's a very good month for people who want to conceive and who have problems related to your children. That will give you some relief, but you will have to have some acceptance because things may not always go your way. You will have to show some sign of acceptance, some sign of adjustment. It's not negative. It's just that you have to be a little more, I will say, it's a 50-50 thing. It's a practicality with emotions. You might also experience a sudden knee-jerk reaction from life where there can be a sudden growth, a brief period where you are feeling very happy and elated, especially towards mid of October, and which definitely talks a lot about your experience of life as a human being. You should help others. This will also encourage you to feed other people, to help animals, to help anyone who is in need. And that should be the month. Your theme of Taurus ascendant and moon sign for October 2025 will be help your neighbor, help thy neighbor, help the people around you, serve the community. Gemini. Now for Gemini, your ascendant lord will be exalted in the 4th house and then will move in the 5th house. This continuous movement of Mercury and then Mercury going to the sign of Scorpio shows that 4th, 5th and 6th house will dominate the October month, which means personal matters, matters related to house, mother, children, health of the family member will be of discussion. Not saying that there will be a problem, but these areas of life is going to take your attention. Now, if you see, Jupiter is in your 1st house. This month of October, Jupiter will touch the 2nd house and therefore this shows financial success. So money will come your way and Mata Mahalakshmi's grace will be on you. On the other hand, if you see that Ketu is independent in the 3rd house and Venus becomes debilitated in the 4th house. With Venus in a Mercurian zodiac sign, this is the time where your words can hurt someone's sentiments. You may make somebody uncomfortable just by random jokes or just by trying to be over smart. Don't do that. Be careful and be sensitive toward other people's emotion, and maybe you may have to crack some less jokes. Mars and Mercury in the 5th house will also mean that a drive of undercurrent, there is an undercurrent which is of low confidence that will drive you to become a person who projects that you are of high confidence. This is the problem. If you feel that you are not valued enough, if you feel that people don't appreciate you in October 2025, you should focus on your core strength. You should focus on pranayam, you should focus on finding the real cause and then upgrade yourself before you try to project a personality, something that is not you. Jupiter will help you on that, but you will have to decide what you want to become. Now, why am I saying this? Because Rahu is in the 9th house and there is a retrograde Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada in the 10th house. It shows you are killing the very bridge that you have built. Kark Rashi or Kark Ascendant, Cancer Ascendant will experience a touch of Jupiter's flavor this month, and Jupiter on the 1st house in Punarvasu Nakshatra will give you a ray of hope. A brilliant transit, a brilliant month, a brilliant Diwali. With Mars in the 4th, matters related to real estate will be resolved, and if you have inheritance related matter or you want a division of property, sale of property, you want to merge and de-merge from a business contract, all that is possible with Mars in the 4th house and Jupiter in the 1st. A debilitated Venus, however, shows that some of your efforts may not be productive enough. So always know that if you are targeting or aiming for something, 10-20% wastage of energy and money is bound to happen. If you plan accordingly, you will be saved. For Cancer, I will say a retro Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada in the 9th house also breaks down the shackles of unnecessary belief system, something that holds you back, and this makes you very bold, very practical, and the reality you will get to know. When you know the reality, you get, sometimes it opens a new dimension, it clears the fog, and that is what will happen in October 2025. In case of Leo, Ketu is on your ascendant. With Ketu on the ascendant, Rahu in the 7th, a retrograde Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada in the 8th, time of revelation is here. You will experience lot of forces of nature trying to talk to you. You will experience that you will have a lot of courage. You want to speak up. You will have bold communication. And for a time being, you might also feel that you want to run away or you want to let go a lot of things. This is a month of release. This is a month of conviction. This is a month where you will be able to achieve a lot of success through sheer determination and hard work. So the key word for October 2025 for Leo ascendant and moon sign will be how strong your determination is. It's determined efforts. And from the perspective of wealth, this can create a little bit of trouble. You should be very careful and you should always focus on return of investment before you plan an investment. That means you should go for a very detailed paperwork analysis, market analysis before you put your money. People who play play with the events of speculative gains and investments such as stock market, you will have to be ultra careful because things can go wrong. And the big thing is that Jupiter will be moving in the 12th house. I will make a separate video for that, creating a Vipareet Raj Yoga. For education purpose, a lot of people will go abroad but may find disappointment. Ketu is very strong now on your ascendant, and anybody who has Purva Falguni moon or Purva Falguni ascendant can experience a lot of detachment. It's more like a transit where you get to know the truth and therefore supposed to take an informed decision. So wait, show patience, and you will find success. Virgo. Virgo ascendant and moon sign is going to experience the presence of the Venus on your ascendant. Now, naturally, with your ninth lord getting debilitated on the ascendant, this makes you a little disconnected from your own looks. You are not bothered about how you look. You are being more raw. You will be, in this month of October, you will be more, I won't say polished, but I will say functional. So, for example, you want to buy a phone. You won't go by the looks, you will go by the functionality. You want to get things done. So, this is the month to get the job done, not look into perfection. This is the month where you are ready to sacrifice few things. You are ready to sacrifice the peace of your life to trade off with some success or some relationship. Now, you have to see what are you sacrificing and for whom you are sacrificing and what are you gaining out of this. This, more like a transactional energy sequence, is the theme of October 2025. Sun will also become debilitated in the middle of October, and which means that you should pray to Mata Mahalakshmi and Bhagwan Narayan. Expenses will be on the higher side, but income will also come equally. So it will be 1:1, and you should be okay with that. Jupiter going and touching the house of Cancer, your 11th house, is actually very good, especially for Venus moon sign, because Jupiter is touching the house of moon, which means you will feel good, you will get money, you will feel secured, and Mata Mahalakshmi's blessings will be with you. This is the time where you should pray to Mata Mahalakshmi by doing Mata Mahalakshmi Pujan, Havan, or doing some chanting with Sphatik or quartz mala. Relationship will be one area where life is difficult. You will have to be very practical, considerate, understanding, and not show any sign of dominance. My way or highway will take you to the highway. Libra. For Libra, Mercury, Mars, Sun is the theme of your transit, because Mercury, Mars, Sun will be on your first house in October 2025, and a debilitated Venus, which is your ascendant lord, in the 12th house, which means that there is double debilitation. One, Surya, 11th lord, debilitated in the first house in the second half of October. Then Venus, your ascendant lord, debilitated in the 12th house. You will have to be careful. This is the time where you should focus on your health, your overall fitness. This can create relationship issue with father, with your loved ones. You may have to leave the family home and go into isolation, or you would want to go into isolation because of some toxic environment. This is the time where you will see that the release of prarabdha will happen, and you may have to do some sacrifices, such as if you sacrifice your dreams, you may have a practically better life. Sometimes just following the dream blindly will end up you falling in a very big debt hole. Now, the recommendation for October 2025 will be that focus on karma. Dharma Lord Jupiter in the 9th house is moving to the karmic house of Cancer zodiac sign. It will become exalted, which means that your efforts, your 3rd house Lord, becomes very powerful. It wants you to work, it wants you to execute. Good time for students, good time for people who are in the academics, good time for scientists, good time for elite learned peoples. But this month is a month where you should let go of negative emotions, otherwise it will hold you, it will pull you down, and you will not be able to achieve the positivity that you can. If you feel underconfident, especially towards the end of October, talk to someone whom you trust. Scorpio is going to experience a very powerful 2025 October, because for you, your ascendant Lord Mars will be in the 12th house along with Sun and Mercury. This position of Mars wants you to focus more on the subconscious side. It wants you to focus on the energy centers of the body and mind. And with Jupiter going away from the 8th through the 9th, suddenly opens your eyes and you get to know a lot of truth in your life, and this kind of gives you new opportunities and new beginnings. So October can be a new year, a fresh start for Scorpio ascendant and Scorpio moon sign people. With debilitated Venus in the 11th house, it makes you more practical than before, and it might make you very methodical, where you may not, or people may not like your approach, but some things are necessary, and that is the necessary that you will implement in October 2025. It is It is a very good time for entrepreneurs. It's a very good time for people who want to do export and imports, and it's a very good time for people involved in defense sector. For Sagittarius, this is going to be a brilliant month. This is going to be a month where Jupiter is in the 7th, then your ascendant lord becomes 8th and exalted, it goes in the 8th house. You also see that the effect of the Ketu will be neutralized by the beauty and the grace of Brihaspati. Focusing on Jupiterian remedies, investing in spiritual works will be a very good remedy for October 2025. With Mars in the 11th house and with Mercury being there, it's a time to earn profit. You will book a lot of profits during this time. Now you will have to understand that if you get some gain, you need to start saving it. You need to start preparing for positive investment. Also, you will see that you will get good support from your life partner, from your business partner, and their luck will also shine on your life. With retro Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada in the 4th house, this is definitely going to be a time where you are definitely not sitting at home. You are constantly working. Good for people who are doing remote job, good for people who are in field work, good for people who are in the traveling industry or traveling related work. Overall, my recommendation will be that this is a month of hard work. This is a month of hustle. You should go ahead, work, do your best, whatever you do. If you're a student, study. If you're a homemaker, focus on energizing the house. If you're into corporate or into business, this is the time to not feel fancy or not think of having a good lifestyle, but this is the time to build a platform. This is the month where Mata Mahalakshmi will bring her grace on you, but you have to show that you are ready to give your all, you are ready to give your 500%. For Capricorn, Venus is in the 9th house. Jupiter goes in the 7th. It's a very good time for finding answers to difficult questions of life. It's a time for new beginnings, especially in terms of businesses. Mars in the 10th, then Sun going in the 10th shows that you will shine and you will get reputation. You will be known for your conviction, and for once, Capricorn is experiencing a very positive October 2025. What should you do? You should pray to Bhagwan Kuber on the day of Diwali. Also, bringing Kuber Yantra in your home is going to be a very good remedy. Now, people who are looking for some support from the luck, well, you will be the one not getting what you expect. Venus in the 9th do not want your luck to shine on you. It wants you to work hard. It will tell you that you are deprived of certain things in life, and Capricorn will now want to get it done. You want to get it back. You want to fill that gap. This is supported by Jupiter. So Venus reminds you what you lack, and Jupiter tells you how you will achieve. So for example, you need a good car, you have to earn money. How to earn money? Jupiter will guide you. You should refrain from investing in bogus investment plans. You should be very careful because there can be a chance of financial fraud. Greed has no answer. Saturn retrograde in Purva Bhadrapada can make you quit few tasks, few plans that you have already worked on. Be very, very careful to what you say yes and to what you say no. If you wait, if you watch, and if you execute, 2025 October will be a month that you will never forget. For Aquarius moon sign and Aquarius ascendant, Jupiter will be out of the 5th house, will go to the 6th house. Then there is a debilitated Venus in the 8th house. Relationship wise, this is not a good month. This is a month of practical understanding of the problem and then finding a solution. What is better? Mars and Mercury. Mars is good in the 9th house, and towards the end of October it will have its trajectory to the 10th house where it lands up in its own zodiac sign. So career wise, yes, you will face hurdles. Yes, you might face rejections or some isolating factor will be there, but overall you will do well. Rahu in the 1st house will not let you fall down. Sometimes this Rahu's arrogance is needed to sustain or survive in life. And health wise, my recommendation will be focus on your health, especially if you are gaining weight or if you have diabetes. You need to be very, very careful. Aquarius will find October 2025 as an average month and allow Jupiter to come back to the 5th house, and you will find it better, especially if you're an entrepreneur. But if you want to pay off debts, if you want to buy a property through a home loan, or if you want to take some loan, yes, Jupiter will permit that. For Pisces, this is a golden opportunity. Why? Because it makes you a philosopher. Venus in the 7th house and Saturn retrograde in Purva Bhadrapada in the 1st house represents that you are leaving the comfort zone and trying to achieve something higher, something big. This is the time where Jupiter in the 5th, because Jupiter will move to Cancer zodiac sign briefly, is going to aspect your ascendant. Your ascendant lord is getting exalted. Spiritually, it's a time of evolution. Spiritually, this is a brilliant time. For people who are doing business, you need to be a little careful. Relationship wise also, you need to be a little careful. And Sun, Mars and Mercury in the 8th house definitely shows that this month is going to bring your attention to matters that you have avoided for long. On the other hand, if you see, this is a Viparit Rajyoga of Surya. Mars, which is your 9th and the 2nd lord, is also in the 8th house with Mercury, which is your 7th lord. New partnership, new beginnings will happen, but also some old partnership and some age-old friendship might also be lost in the month of October. Be very careful when you're talking with your loved ones, so that your words, your attitude, especially how your body language is, how your attitude is, it should not offend anybody. You have to be a little self-aware in October 2025.